Today I'm going to be out riding with the Indian Motorcycle Riders of Southeast Texas, and I don't know if you can tell on the camera or not, I'm already pouring in sweat. It's hot here in Southeast Texas. It's the humidity that makes it feel so unbearably hot. Got another Indian pulling up over there. I'm a huge fan of the Indian brand. I'm very thankful to be part of the Indian Motorcycle Riders of Southeast Texas. We ride together, we have fellowship together, we have a great deal of fun together. We really are family, and we very much enjoy riding, and we'll be doing that today. Let me show you a little glimpse here of my Indian Roadmaster.
Would you like that?
All right, Samantha, what's the message you have?
Be sure to like this video and subscribe and comment.
I hope you're not camera shy.
Evidently, I
Actually, I don't care anything about you. I gotta get a view of the motorcycle. And another Indian Roadmaster. We currently have 3 Indian Roadmasters with us at the moment. We're leaving Beaumont, Texas, heading to Winnie, Texas. I know we're going to pick up some more motorcycles in Winnie, and then make it on to our lunch destination. There'll be more Indians there from the Houston area, and I think the plan is to come home through Galveston by way of Galveston Island. And if you're not from Texas or never been to Galveston, it really is a cool place. Maybe some of you have heard the old Glenn Campbell song about the city of Galveston. We're getting out here on Interstate 10 in Beaumont, Texas. This stop, we're supposed to pick up some more Indian riders. Let's see how many we have here. Expect at least to have 1, maybe 2 or 3, if they're here yet. Don't see them. I forgot what time the kickstand up is for this spot. Well, now we have 4 more Indians. 1, 2, 3. Picked up 4 more. We've got 7 Indians with us now. Well, we're off to our lunch destination. Yeah, I'm really tremendously blessed to be a part of the Indian Motorcycle Riders of Southeast Texas. If you live anywhere near Southeast Texas, find us on Facebook and follow us and come go ride with us. So far today, looks like so far today all of our riders are Indian riders, but it's real common to have other brands ride with us. It is an incredible experience to be out on your motorcycle with a group of good friends in the wind. Of course, we do ride to eat and we eat to ride. Pretty much all of our rides are centered around where we're going to go to eat, but really the destination doesn't matter so much. It's all about the journey. Yeah, picking up a couple of more Indians. At this point, we're experiencing some stop and go traffic in the heat. And my only real criticism of these Indian motorcycles is the Thunderstroke 111 can put off a tremendous amount of heat, especially in this stop and go traffic. I know some people have the catalytic converter removed to reduce the heat. We are currently in the Kemah, Texas area. To the left is the Kemah Boardwalk with festival rides, roller coasters, things of that nature. On the right hand side there are tons of sailboats, probably some kind of a marina / yacht club to the right. It says Seabrook Waterfront. I said Kemah. It may actually be Seabrook. Or maybe it's the Kemah Boardwalk. The heat's not near as bad when you're running freeway speed. It blows most of that heat away from the motor. Of course, it's just hot in Texas in July. I can see the Galveston Bay to the left. I don't know if you can see it on my dash cam on my motorcycle, but well, we made it. We made it out of our way of the stop and go traffic. Thank goodness. I was about to cook alive and sweat to death. I think I should have drank more water. Yeah, see, the temperature's not too bad when you're rolling. But that stop and go traffic sitting on these hot thunderstroke Indian motors gets a wee bit warm. Of course, in the winter time, I don't mind that extra heat coming off the motor. Between the heat off the motor, the heated grips, and the heated seat, I can ride all winter long. Of course, we have mild winters in Texas. We're turning off of 146. 146 goes from Baytown down Texas City or so. They're close to where you take the Causeway Bridge to Galveston Island. I think we're up to 10 bikes, about 13 people. Our group kind of got separated a little bit there in the traffic, letting the truck go around so we can regroup. Not sure how far we are to our lunch destination. Can't be too far, I don't think. I think this road goes back toward the bay. I believe the restaurant is on the water of the Galveston Bay. Yeah, I just turned my navigation back on. We're heading straight for the bay. I've got a Harley in front of me. The rest of the bikes are all Indian. You got to give it to Harley Davidson. They put off a great exhaust note. Of course, I've heard some Indians with the Stage 1 aftermarket pipes that sound really good. I like the tab mufflers, the Reinhardts are probably my two favorites. Yeah, the bay is just to the left of us here. Got some potholes. At least my motorcycle has a big fat front tire. Some of the street glides, road glides, Indian chieftains run that little low profile front tire with a bigger rim, which really looks good, but on social media I've seen too many pictures of bent rims where they hit a pothole. To me, the fatter tire, more rubber, softer ride, less chance of getting a bent rim. That would be no fun at all. Looks like we're about to turn left here, I'm assuming. Going down to our final destination. Great thing about following, you don't have to worry about how to get there. Just follow the bike in front of you. Now you can probably see the bay to the left. I see some motorcycles ahead. A lot of these places on the coast are very popular motorcycle destinations. I think this place is called Noah's something. I don't know if it's Noah's Ark or just, I'll find out when we get inside. Look at the menu, I don't see signage. It says Bacliff boat ramp, so I guess we're in Bacliff, Texas. We like to back in, no fun pushing these things uphill. Well, we did make it to the destination. If you can tell, my hair is soaking wet. I thought I was going to sweat to death. So we've got Indians. We've got a couple of other brands that beat us here. Gotta go down here and check out the Indian Dark Horse. This year they're offering a Chieftain Dark Horse. Still not exactly sure what the name of this place is. What is the name of this place? Noah's Ark. It is Noah's Ark. I thought it was Noah's something.
Yeah, right there's the sign.
Oh yeah, right there is the sign. I didn't see it. Well, we are leaving the Noah's Ark restaurant here on the bay in Bacliff. We're on our way to Galveston Island. Galveston may be my favorite city in the entire state of Texas. Well, to the left of us is a cruise ship. I don't know what the requirements are for going on a cruise. A couple of cruise ships there. Carnival and not sure what the other one is. We're approaching downtown Galveston. There's one street in downtown Galveston called the Strand. Bunch of nice little shops. You can buy, you know, homemade fudge, things like that on the Strand. It's a little shopping district. You can see where you can park for the cruise. Independence of the Sea. The other one's definitely a car. Welcome to Galveston Historic Downtown, it says on the little walk over there. My wife and I have been on one cruise out of Galveston. Maybe next summer we'll take the kids on a cruise. Yeah, it looks like we're going to turn and go down the Strand or cut through to Seawall Boulevard, one or the other. Our lead bike's going to take us down the Strand. So here is the famous Strand. They do Dickinson's on the Strand, the Lone Star Motorcycle Rally. A lot of the vendors are set up down here on the Strand. They do a Mardi Gras parade on the Strand. You see there are restaurants, gift shops, people walking and shopping, and parallel parking going on there. I wonder if that's one of those cars that'll parallel park by itself. I hate to parallel park if I have to back in. Looks like they're trying to turn around right here in the middle of the Strand. They could have drove around the block. Guess they didn't want to miss that parking spot. They'd have went around the block, it'd have probably been gone by the time they got back around. Yeah, this is a popular summer destination. I think they're trying to find a spot for all of us to park. We are now in line to get on the ferry. I've seen the line much longer, much longer than it is today. We'll see how long it takes us to actually get on the ferry. Well, we've been in line about 30 minutes waiting to get on the ferry, but that's part of the experience. In the summer, they have a lot more running than they do, of course, in the wintertime. We didn't quite make the red light. Probably could have squeezed on through, but well, we're a lot closer, but still not on the ferry. Well, we are about to get on the ferry. It's been a 40-something minute wait. Just once we get on the ferry, they have to finish loading it before it departs. See what the total wait time is from the time we got in line till the ferry actually pulls out. We're actually going to get on this ferry. I'm not sure how many cars one of these ferries holds. I know it holds a bunch. Made it on the ferry. 42 minutes. 42-minute wait. Well, we're about to unload off the ferry. From the time we got in line on the Galveston side until we got off the ferry, we're looking at an hour and about 10 minutes. Not bad at all for the summer. Of course, it's just 3:41 in the afternoon. Later in the day, the lines will be much longer. People just coming over for a day trip to Galveston will be going home as the sun begins to go down. So I'm glad we left mid-afternoon. Now we have about a 30-minute drive down the Bolivar Peninsula before we will turn and go north and head toward, well, we're on the mainland side now, but really start heading inland. Parts of the highway here on the Bolivar Peninsula, you can get really a good view of the Gulf. Of course, there are portions of it on the right-hand side. There are beach homes, but that last 7 miles or so from the Gilcrest area to High Island on the right side, it's just nothing but water, and at high tide it's not uncommon at all for the Gulf water to come up on the highway. So we're coming up on that section of the Bolivar Peninsula where the highway runs right beside the Texas Gulf Coast. Just to the right of the highway is the Gulf. I don't know if you can see it on my camera. It's kind of a wide lens shot, so hopefully you can see the water. We get closer to High Island and the road is even closer to the Gulf Coast. Here on the Bolivar Peninsula, you can drive on the beach. You can bring tents and camp on the beach. I don't know how many places in the United States allow you to actually drive and park on the beach, but the Bolivar Peninsula in Texas, you are allowed to do so. Occasionally someone will park too close to the water and the high tide will come in and they're calling a wrecker. Or some nice soul grabs their tow rope and pulls them out. See, we're getting closer and closer to the water. The water is just off the edge of the highway here on the right hand side. Kids there playing or checking out the water. For some people just like to walk the beach and collect seashells, sand dollars. There was once a 6-foot sand dune here to try to protect the highway from the storms, but I know with Hurricane Ike that sand dune was washed away hours and hours before the storm actually came ashore. So the little 6-foot sand dune really didn't do any good. Even these little concrete barriers, the waves just knock them over with ease when a strong hurricane comes in. I know with Hurricane Ike we had a 20-foot storm surge. Now it looks like they've raised this highway since I lived down here, my family and I. There's a beach house right on the water. Matter of fact, it looks like the stairs are washed away. It's literally right on the water. It may no longer be inhabitable. Yeah, there's a lot of people out on the beach today. And this is close to High Island. Most of the people go to Crystal Beach, to the beach. So, have this many people down at High Island, it's obvious it is a booming weekend for the Bolivar Peninsula economy. When we lived down here in the middle of the summer, I would forget how slow it was in the wintertime. And then in the middle of the winter, I'd forget how crazy it is in the summertime. Like flipping a light switch. After school started having spring break all the way to Labor Day, the Bolivar Peninsula is full of people. Well, here they've added some rock. This concrete barrier and some rock to keep the high tide up off the road. That's something new. We're about to make the turn north, going into the little town of High Island. I believe it's the highest point from Florida to Mexico. The highest point of High Island is 32 feet above sea level. Hurricane Ike, we had a 20-foot storm surge. My wife and I rode out Hurricane Ike at High Island with about a third of the population of High Island. There were homes in High Island that flooded with Hurricane Ike that had never flooded before. The water went 14 miles inland. The first responders that came to check on us covered 14 miles of water by boat coming from Winnie, Texas. Yeah, everywhere I'm riding right now was all underwater. Friday morning, the storm didn't roll in until after midnight on Friday night. The water came up to about right here, about where the water ended. And then just north of town, of course, the water went around High Island and just kept proceeding north. We're just about on the north end of High Island, so really Friday afternoon of Hurricane Ike, get to about somewhere along in here, and there was nothing but water as far as you could see. Winnie is about 17 miles north of here. 14 miles of that was water. High Island was literally an island for several days. So I'm only 38 miles from home. We've had a really good ride today. I love getting out riding with my Indian motorcycle rider family. We do this as often as we can.